In endings, new beginnings are often disguised. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Napoleon Hill. When one door of happiness closes, another opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Helen Keller. Do not be embarrassed by your failures, learn from them and start again. Richard Branson. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Chris Grosser. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Japanese proverb. Remember, the dawn follows the darkest hour. Your next chapter awaits.
Gravity is an invisible force that you can't see, but you can definitely feel. Have you ever wondered why you don't just float away into the sky like a balloon? Or why when you drop a ball, it falls to the ground instead of floating in midair? Well, that's gravity in action. Gravity is a scientific principle that helps explain lots of things. It's the force that pulls objects toward each other. On Earth, gravity pulls us and everything else down toward the planet's center. Let's imagine something fun. Picture that you're a detective trying to solve a mystery. The mystery is why things always fall down and never up. When scientists like Sir Isaac Newton started investigating this mystery hundreds of years ago, they made a big discovery. One day, long ago, Isaac Newton was sitting under a tree in his garden. As he rested, thinking about all sorts of clever things, an apple fell from a branch and landed on the ground with a thud. Newton wondered why this happened, and then he realized that there must be a force pulling the apple toward the earth. Newton's curiosity led to the idea of gravity, a force that's more than just apples falling. He found out that gravity affects everything around us. It keeps the moon orbiting the Earth and helps planets go around the sun. Think of gravity as a magical rope. Imagine it ties you to the Earth so you stay grounded. This rope is pretty strong. No matter how high you jump, it always pulls you back down. Here's a fun experiment you can try. Take a penny and a feather and drop them both at the same time. You'll see the coin fall faster. That's because gravity works on the feather, but it gets slowed down by air. In places where there is no air, everything falls at the same speed. So, next time you walk and don't float away or see a bird flying and swooping, remember that's gravity working. It's always around us, quietly keeping everything in place. And just like that, the mystery of things falling down and not up has been solved. Isn't gravity impressive?
Once upon a time, in the 1700s, there were 13 little colonies located in a land we now know as the United States of America. These colonies were ruled by Great Britain, which was very far away across the Atlantic Ocean. Although the colonists were hundreds of miles away from the king, they were still required to follow his rules and pay taxes to him. The people living in these colonies began to feel unhappy about the way they were treated. They thought it was unfair to pay taxes without having any representatives or say in how they were governed. This feeling was famously summed up in the phrase, "No taxation without representation." The colonists wanted to make their own decisions about how their new home should be run. In 1773, a group of colonists showed their frustration during an event known as the Boston Tea Party. They dressed as Native Americans, boarded British ships, and threw tea into the harbor in Boston. This was their way of protesting the tea tax imposed by Britain. Things continued to get tense, and soon the colonists realized they wanted to be free. So they gathered together to write a document called the Declaration of Independence in 1776. This document boldly stated that the colonies wanted to be free from British rule and become their own nation. The king wasn't very pleased with this decision and sent troops to keep control over the colonies. This led to a war known as the American Revolution, which started in 1775 and lasted until 1783. Many battles were fought across the colonies, with some significant ones including the Battle of Bunker Hill, the Battle of Saratoga, and the conclusive Siege of Yorktown. Life during the war was tough, and the colonists faced many challenges, but they were determined and had a man named George Washington leading them. His leadership was crucial, and eventually the colonies received help from other countries, like France, who wanted to support their fight against Britain. Finally, in 1783, after years of fighting, the war ended with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. This treaty recognized the independence of the United States of America. The American Revolution was a remarkable time in history. It shows how people can join together to strive for freedom and independence.
In the peaceful monastery of Nalanda, there resided a young monk named Jita, eager to absorb the teachings of the Buddha. Known for his sincerity, his mind often wandered like a butterfly flitting from flower to flower. One morning, during a Dharma talk, the Buddha noticed Jita's lack of presence. With compassion, he asked, "Jita, where is your mind?" Startled, Jita replied, "My thoughts are like clouds, they drift freely over the mountains and valleys of the world." The Buddha, aware of the wandering minds of the monks, nodded patiently and instructed the assembly, "Monks, let us go for a walk to the village." As they set forth, the Buddha led them through the bustling marketplace. At a fruit stall, the Buddha paused and asked Jita to fetch a pomegranate. Eager to please, Jita quickly grabbed a fruit and handed it to the Buddha. To his surprise, the Buddha asked, "How many seeds are in this pomegranate, Jita?" Bewildered by the question, Jita looked at the unbroken fruit, unsure how to respond. The Buddha smiled gently and said, "Jita, when your mind hurries to the future or clings to the past, you miss the seeds of the present." Understanding dawned on Jita with these words. He realized how often he let precious moments slip by unnoticed due to his inattentiveness. From that day forward, he practiced being aware of each breath, step, and action. Through mindfulness, Jita found the world became more vibrant and serene. As a line drawn in the water disappears quickly, the Buddha concluded, so too should you let go of your wandering thoughts. Focus and live in the present. The essence of mindfulness was revealed to Jita as the art of being fully present and engaged, good or bad, without judgment. The Buddhist principle exemplified is that mindfulness holds the power to transform and enlighten one's life. Much like the Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become.
Heartbreak is a powerful teacher of resilience and growth. The emotion that can break your heart is sometimes the very one that heals it. Nicholas Sparks. We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. Kenji Miyazawa. You can't stop the future. You can't rewind the past. The only way to learn the secret is to press play. Jay Asher. The world breaks everyone, and afterward, some are strong at the broken places. Ernest Hemingway. The heart will break, but broken live on. Lord Byron. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. With every scar, the heart grows wiser and stronger, ready to love again.